Hello, hello, and this is Notary Life with Kimmi. Well, hey guys, today I am talking all about how much I spent to become a notary loan signing agent and if I have any regrets about my investment. So let's get right into it, okay? Because it's going to be a lot. For those who are not aware of what a notary loan signing agent is, I'll just give you a brief description. It's basically a notary that is also able to handle real estate documents. So you do have a little extra training because some of the documents are a little bit more involved in what you may just see in doing general notary just in your neighborhood. So you do have a little specialized training. But let's get right into how much I spent because that's what the video is about, right? And if I have any regrets. So let's get right into it. So I bought paper. So I had to buy paper, which was letter size and legal size. That was $26. And the letter size and legal size, you need both of them because sometimes the documents come in different sizes. So you need to have both available. You cannot assume, okay, all of my signings will be on letter size or all of them will be on legal size. I also bought manila folders, the yellow ones. I bought legal size and letter size of that also, which was also $26. And you get both of those because for myself, I like to hand my clients a copy of their documents because you normally have to print two. I put their copy in one of the folders and I give it to them and I put their name on the outside. So these are just some tips I'm giving you as we go along. I also bought large binder clips, and those are those heavy metal ones that can almost snap your finger off. I bought some of those. That was $12. And the binder clips, I use those to sometimes hold the folder together if it's a whole bunch of documents, because you never know what size your package will be. Will it be a 10-page document or will it be a 200-page document? So I sometimes use those binder clips. This is not in any specific order either. So I also had to pay $185 for my NNA Basic NSA certification, which included a background check and then a signing agent course through the National Notary Association. So that's where I took my training from. And I'll tell you a little bit about that in just a second, but I want to keep going with the pricing. So I also had to buy an acknowledgement stamp. That was $18. I bought a Jurats stamp, which was $26. And those are additional stamps that I use out in my general notary work. So did I necessarily need them for loan signing? Maybe not, but this is all the stuff that I bought. So I just went ahead and included that in there. I have ink and toner for my printer. That was $100. I also bought ink pens, so I had black ones and blue because you never know what color you're going to need while you're doing your loan signing. Some documents require blue ink. They will tell you in the instructions. And some require black ink. So you have to have a combination of both. And clients do like to take your ink pen, so you always want to have a whole bunch. And always check the ink color when they write, because I got a video on that too. They might write with a blue pen. The casing is blue, but the inside is black. So always double check the actual ink color. But let's keep going. So I have two notary stamps. I actually have a round one and I have a rectangular one. And I find that the rectangular one comes in handy a lot because some documents just don't give you enough space to stamp. So I bought the round one because that was the first one that I had. So I actually have two. And another reason it's good if your state will allow you to have two is because sometimes if one of your stamps break, you'll have an extra one, or if you run out of ink. And sometimes, especially as you're doing loan packages, sometimes the packages are so large, like 200, 400 pages, you definitely don't want to run out of ink. Your stamp is your money maker. So I also have a mobile scanner for my car, and that was $219. And now they're running about $230, but when I got mine, it was $219. I also have a home scanner, which is larger. So my mobile scanner in my car, I use that when it's like less than 20 pages, less than 30. But my home scanner, I use that when it's about maybe 30 pages and up. And sometimes when you're out there, the companies will want you to scan back a copy of the document. So you might need a scanner. I also have an upcoming video about a mobile scanner that I use just in case you don't have one yet. So now my home scanner, which is for larger packages, like I said, maybe 30 pages and up, I paid $260 for my scanner. Now right now it's running about $350 at the time of this video. So I also have a dual tray printer. Now when I started in the industry, it was $260. But right now the dual tray printer is running about $844, and that's if you can even find one. A lot of times signing agents starting the business now, they complain they can't find a printer. And it breaks my heart because I'm like, I hate that to stop someone from starting. So there are people who have several videos out there where you can do a single tray and you can make it work in the meantime. So maybe don't let that be a deterrent. It's also something called page separator that you can use. So it knows how to print based on the file, if it's legal or letter. And that may be something that you could be able to use to help you get started so you don't have to postpone starting your business, okay? And I'm also hearing a lot of times people today saying that they're leasing printers. I don't know if that's something that I would add to my business plan. I'm not too big on renting things, but if it's something that you can add to your plan and you feel like you need to do it now to get started, you might think about it. So my dual tray printer, when I bought it a couple years ago, was $260, and now again they're running about $844. The next thing I bought was my errors and omission insurance, and that was $30 for 1 year. But I decided, you know what, I think I'm going to really pursue it, so I went ahead and upgraded that to 4 years. And I ended up paying $120 for my errors and omission insurance. So I bought this badge here, and when I'm going to real estate offices or to a bank, I like to look a little more professional. So that was, let's see, my badge was $8. I got this on Amazon. Then I also have this little doohickey here. It's for people that maybe have a hard time signing, maybe blind or elderly, and you can put this on the document and they can sign. This was like $5 through Amazon, a signature guide, I believe is what it's called. And then I also have my other type of badge, which I made this myself right on Zazzle, and that was $4. So the badge with the lantern was $4. This badge was $8. So I also have a journal, and my first journal I had was only like $6. And I ended up upgrading to the Integrity Journal because I like the fact that it's 1-page entry per person. And what does that mean? That means so as I'm working on your signing, the person that I had before you or after you cannot see your information. So most journals today have about 4 or 5 entries on 1 page, and then the next person can see what the last person did, and they can see how much you charged and all that. So I really do like the Integrity Journal for that reason. It's 1 page. So that costs $15 now. Is the one I use. I have car magnets on my car, and I use that for my general notary as well as my loan signing, because when I arrive at a client's home, I like them to see that I'm coming, and it just makes you look a little more professional to me. So I have magnets that I paid $75 for those on Signazon. You get 2 of them. I think I got the 24 by 15, so it's a nice size, and they are very nice magnets. I also ordered business cards. Those were, I got the smallest order because I wasn't sure if I was going to actually do the business or not. So I paid $30 for those right at Vistaprint. Is where I got my business cards. Nowadays, I order my business cards in stacks of like almost 1,500 because I just give them out so much. I usually leave 3 at each signing. So I'm not stingy with my business cards. I also ordered the Notary Loan document resource book, something like from the NNA, which covers your top 5 type of signings out there, like refi, home equity, and 3 more. And it's in a nice bounded book for $60. So I bought that so I can become familiar with documents. Do I necessarily recommend you buy that? Have I ever even used it? I opened it like once. So but I did buy that, so I'm telling you everything that I bought. So that was $60. I also had to get my Notary Commission for the state of Georgia, which is where I'm located, and that cost me $53. So whatever state you're in, you have to get your Notary Commission prior to becoming a Notary Loan Signing Agent. I also paid $5 when I first started per month for Notary Cafe, which is just a database for notaries, and I guess some notaries do get signings from there. I've never gotten one, so I actually canceled my $5 per month. I do still love Notary Cafe though, because a lot of notaries will leave reviews about companies that they have worked with, and that way I can see, well, do I want to work with that company or do I not want to work with that company? But I don't always base my review or my decision strictly on what they said, because my experience may be different, and I recommend the same for you. If you do check out forums and Facebook and all that, somebody might say, well, ABC company, I wouldn't work with them. Well, you don't know if you'll work with them or not. Sometimes let your own experience be your guide, because just because, like I said, they had a bad experience doesn't mean you'll have one. I actually do pay the $2.99 per month for signingorder.com, and that gives you access to 20 different zip codes. So normally if you don't pay anything, the free account, they'll give you signings and stuff for the one zip code that you live in. But if you pay the $2.99 per month, then that gives you access to 20 additional zip codes that they will feed you jobs in those particular zip codes that you're willing to drive to. So I recommend that for everybody. I did pay for one mentor session with someone that was $125, and I think it was well worth it. It was a couple hour session, and that was when I first started. I did pay that. I also just added $50 for miscellaneous because I know I forgot something. I also pay $8 per month for Notary Gadget, and with Notary Gadget, it's a notary accounting software that not only keeps up with what signings I have as far as the money I'm collecting and who owes me, but once I put the address in there, it'll also link it to my Google Calendar, and for like the address information, the Google Maps, and all of that. It's like one stop. And I pay like $8 a month for that. So I'm going to put all of this in the description link, everything that I use. If you want to, you can feel free. So the total for everything, the grand total, guess how much? Guess how much? $1,751. Is that bad? I don't think so. To start your own business. Now, it's bad if you're not going to do nothing with it once you spent all that money, because I talk to notaries all day long who have their printer, who have their paper, who have their ink, who have their toner. They have everything they need, and they have failed to execute. So do they regret becoming a notary loan signing agent? Perhaps. Do I regret it? I do not. It was one of the best decisions I ever made. It actually allowed me to start my own business. So sometimes people will say, well, I'm not going to start now because it's oversaturated. When you started, it was a good time to start. And I always tell people this. Do I think the market is oversaturated? Yes. It's even oversaturated with notary loan signing agents. But why do I say that? Because there's so many out there that have all of their credentialing. They have their toner, their paper, their ink, their everything, printers, and just not doing anything with it. The same thing with notaries. There are a million notaries. I'm exaggerating a little bit. But how many people say, I'm a notary, I'm a notary, I'm a notary? I just did a video about that if you haven't seen it yet, about oversaturation. So check it out, because there are so many people out there that have their notary certificates or commission, and they're not doing anything with it. So when it's oversaturated, yes. So do I have any regrets from starting my business? I do not. Only regret I have, and I'll be honest, I do have one. My one regret is I did not start sooner. All that money I left on the table just because I was afraid to execute. I was afraid to start. I was afraid of the NNA test. I kept hearing about, oh, it's a test. It's a test. You got to take this test. And I didn't take the test. I was too scared. So I'm going to tell you, please don't wait. If this is something you really want to do, you feel your heart is calling you to be a notary loan signing agent, it'll be the best thing you ever did. It really is. I have other videos out there that even if the market is a little slow, check out my video, what to do when the market is slow. Being a notary loan signing agent opens you up to so many opportunities. I mean, so many. So I also do apostille. I do fingerprinting. I do I-9s. I do field inspection. I do a little bit of everything. So when you're a well-rounded notary and you have a solid business, it doesn't matter what the market does. It doesn't matter what this notary does or that notary does. It's all about what you do. So I personally believe that you too, if you start your notary loan signing journey, you won't have any regrets. Just get started. Well, this is Notary Life with Kimmi. It's been my pleasure. Bye.